Hi, this is Slimedog,
Topo,
Legendaryjonk,
and today we're playing Radial-G on the PS4 in VR. VR, in fact. And right now we've got Jonk in the VR rig, and he's the one who's going to be showing us around this guy today. It's a racing game. I've played it a little bit. Topo, you watched me play it a little bit, right?
Yeah, because this is your thing. But we wanted our buddy here to try it out for the first time because racing and talking, not a good combo.
Yeah.
So
after going through this, we wanted to do a Let's Play on it, but we decided really quickly that it's nearly impossible to do any racing while talking.
So I could just sit here and jibba jabba at Slimedog, but instead we got a third in here that can handle the racing well. And you obviously can talk, but
Jonk's our
you
test
may or
pilot,
may
so.
not be into the talking.
Okay, so let's go to the single player.
Single player? Career?
Do career, yeah. And
whoa, alright, here we oh, this is kinda cool.
it's got the stats and everything, and let's see, you have to complete career to unlock these guys. I think I might have 2 ships unlocked.
Ooh, I like
3 ships. Oh yeah, it starts out with 3 ships unlocked, and then the rest of them are gated either behind playing multiplayer, you do multiplayer races, or by completing career levels. There's a little bit of an issue in that to complete career levels, it looks like you need to unlock the ships that you can get through multiplayer, so the game kind of de facto might be kind of forcing you to play multiplayer to get the unlocks you need to finish career, but I haven't spent enough time with it to say that's 100% certain or not. So grab whichever one you feel most comfortable with, and we'll go from there.
Try this one.
That's a pretty swanky looking ship.
Yeah, looks like it's got handle, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
just do, continue career.
Alright.
I don't know what to talk about during this load screen.
Well, have you, let's see, are you familiar with Wipeout? You played a lot of Wipeout?
No. I did play okay. Wow, this is kind of...
Okay.
we have given a forewarning if you get sick feeling to stop, because this one is... Slime does not usually get motion sick, and after a bit, he did. So...
Head to, it says Career Tier 2 of 3 right up there. If you can go to the little menu up there, go back to 1.
Okay.
And do that first one. It says the Dead Zone Championship. Okay. Yeah, do that. And that's going to be like your regular kind of Mario Kart series. Like, it's like 4 or 5 races, and you kind of have to just place consecutively. As good as you can. You got to be in 3rd place.
The championship one, not Alpha, right?
Okay.
Yeah, he's got it. And then, start with that whenever you're ready. This guy is different than most racing games in the sense that you're actually racing on the outside of a giant tube, okay? Like a big pipe.
So this is the Radial-G. There you go. Yeah. And
alright.
Another interesting thing is to show you where the other racers are. Those circles around the tube.
The colored rings.
Rings show you, like that purple one, that's another racer. The blue one up there, that's another racer. Because they could be anywhere on the tube.
Don't hit the red walls are bad.
Okay.
They hurt you and they slow you down. So. And there's
ramps,
jumps. Gravity will always stick you to the center of the pipe, unless the pipe hits. The blue areas are recharge areas. They kind of hit your shields up, or your energy, and you can use the energy to convert to health if you need. I think you can also use it to. Those green things are all boosts.
Oh, I didn't know if there was like a.
Oh yeah, there is. One of the buttons I think can turn your energy into sort of a turbo boost as you go a little bit faster. Yeah, you're rocking it.
Yeah. So it's and unlike say Wipeout, the neat concept on this one is the tube racing. That you're on the outside of this tube. So I think it's a neat idea.
It is a cool concept. It works out really well, especially since, because of you can't really fall off the tube, at least in the earlier tracks. When you get to the ones where the tube breaks apart, it can get really disorienting really quickly, and it's easy to fly off into space.
Yeah, because you don't know which direction you need to go. It's not like just a little puddle jump across. Watch the red.
Yeah.
But, but it's actually a chunk of the tube goes missing, and you have to kind of figure out where it is while you're flying that molecule.
Well, usually the way it works is the tube will sort of split apart into 3 or 4 different, like, kind of chunks. Yeah. And you still stick to the chunks. Boom. First place. Now, this was not a weapon-based event. They have weapon-based events, too, so you can get, like, missiles and guns and shoot at the other cars. Yeah. But, yeah, first place by a long shot. Good job.
Looking
behind
looking
you so you can find the
cockpit. Yeah, nice.
Are there any drink holders?
So, are we doing more, or are we going to...
Yeah, let's go through this whole event and see how it goes.
Oh,
well,
okay.
Actually, no, we could try a different type of race. Actually, that would probably be better, huh?
I don't really know.
Okay.
You've played it more than I have. And what would you like to do, the driver?
No, I'm good with whatever. I mean, I can just...
Okay, yeah, go to quit. Since we've already cleared this one anyway, it's not like it needs to be done. Try... yeah, okay, in Tier 2, you could try, like, the Battle Championship, or... Hot laps are like speed runs, like time trials. It's like do the one lap as fast as you can. Yeah. Combat race or battle championships or shooter ones. Eliminators are the person in last place at the H gets bumped out. So go ahead and you can try that one if you want.
What about the death race? What's that one?
Death race. Sounds pretty good. Survive a death race at Mobius Theta and finish 3rd or higher. No respawns or shield generation allowed. Shield regen allowed. So 1 life bar, no regenning.
Yeah, I'll try this.
Okay, Eliminator, go for it. Now, here's the deal. I had a pretty hard time when I got to the 2nd tier of career. That was about the same time my lunch started threatening to come back on me, so I kind of stopped. But I remember I was trouncing my way through the 1st tier, and once I hit the 2nd tier, it was like full stop. I start coming in like, 10th every time.
Wow.
So that's what made me think that it was kind of gated by needing a better car. It could also be my incredible lack of skill. So we shall see if Jonk suddenly starts blowing him out of the water.
You also played, at this point, he's coming in on it. This is his 2nd race where you have done multiple of this thing.
Yeah.
And like you said, after a while, you're sick. I mean, it is VR.
Yeah.
And,
whoa!
Yeah, there you go. Where do you go? There you go.
Okay, little pro tip here. If you're on the outside of a pipe and it starts curving, it's beneficial to be on the inside of the curve so you can see more of the pipe coming up ahead of you, because that's a shorter distance that you're traveling overall. That's okay. You are in 2nd right now. Yeah, the purple... now you're in 3rd. Is that orange? There you go. And so, yeah, kind of like struggling to keep the pipe facing the right direction is another issue. And try the different buttons. See if you can find the one that gives you your turbo boost.
Whoa!
And that's what happens when the pipe splits apart.
Alright.
And now when it does that, you have to be actively concerned about staying on the road. Like, you actually have to steer it at that point.
I got eliminated.
Okay.
Well, let's
go ahead and let's try it again.
Now that you're familiar with... Oh, by the way, there's the pipe splitting. See, I was thinking it was splitting the other direction, not it like vertically.
Splits apart like a microwave hot dog.
Yeah, see.
And gravity still pulls you into the center. That's what that lightning death thing is.
Yeah.
But it does get a little bit disorienting, and that's kind of the hardest part to navigate.
Is there like a... Wow. I was hoping there was like controls.
Control button, yeah. Might have been on that last page.
There may have been. There's also not a whole lot of options for this game either in general, but get back to the menu and try it out. You're in 4th, so obviously getting the green things is the priority, but okay, yeah, that seems right. Yeah, you've got the purple gauge at the top, I think, is your energy.
Well,
you got eliminated. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
Wow.
Alright.
Okay.
Let me try one more time.
Before you load it again, is there see if there? Yeah, from here, is there a place you can go to? There you go.
Alright.
There you go.
Speed boost is okay, so it is X or cross.
Cross button. You couldn't. The UI in this game is a bit dreadful too. My biggest pet peeve is they've got their instruction area that teaches you, like what weapons to use and how to play. Is done up instead of text screens. They do it with videos, which might be great if you're used to watching YouTube all the time, but it's just really maddening when you're just like, no, I just want to know what the X button does, okay? It's like, here, watch this, 40-second video.
Funny.
As long as you stay out of last place, but pretty much, if you hit one of those red walls, you're nearly done, because that, like, immediately pushes you out way back.
Okay, it can be even out here.
Yeah, the spinny gates are a pain.
Yeah, well, it's just way challenging, right?
It seems pretty tough. And I went and looked at the trophy list to figure out if it was just me, and it's not just me. There's a big drop-off between the first and second level of career, so clearly...
A lot of people started and
okay, you're on the split part. It's okay.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of sliding going on.
Boom, you're there. Okay.
Yay!
Nice, good recovery. And you're still in fourth, so you got a ways to go.
Alright.
Except I think I'm about to get a
Okay, there you go.
You're good. Somebody else got eliminated, you're fine.
1, 2.
Okay, I think if you can you need to get to third. You're in the last...
Oh, you hit this red. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
so close.
Not bad, though.
Not bad at all. Well, okay,
Definitely
so you've gotten a taste of the game.
Let's
what do you
try
think?
one of the combat levels. We want to see
okay.
something with guns, so we can
Okay.
shoot at people first.
Okay.
All right.
And then we'll do a wrap up on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What's the combat? Oh, there it is. Combat race. Is
Now
that
you're in
weird?
tier 1 now. If you want to do tier 1 so you can shoot some stuff up, or tier 2. Yeah, do
Stick
combat
with
race.
tier-
Combat race,
Combat race.
you can do
but
regenerating
in-
shields. The death race, nothing regenerates, so
Is that tier 1 or 2?
he's on 2 right now. He's good.
All right. Now, is this like an arena, or is it still just a race?
Still
It's
a race.
Still on the 2.
Okay.
The
But
whole
this time
thing
there'll
is
be
nothing but-
weapon tiles that you get, and then the weapon tiles will be missiles, machine guns, things like that. Most of the weapons that I got were pretty similar. They're kind of standard affair type things.
Okay.
The machine gun thing actually is more of a turret that kind of auto locks onto the closest guy, so it's nice and they don't have to be lined up directly in front of you. But a lot of the other weapons were I kept getting mines over and over again.
So you've still got your environmental these gates and things like that.
Okay, now it's split apart from the inside.
Oh.
Nice! Good recovery.
Oh
Nice.
my goodness. No, it's excellent. You got slammed.
I think you got shot.
Somebody shot you.
Someone shot you.
Yeah.
And then you're right in the middle. Now it's just Mario Kart levels in this end. Okay, I'm not exactly sure.
That was a red ball.
Red rings of unpleasantness. Stay on the green side. See if it's... I think basically there's only half of a pipe in that chunk. Ooh, there's some bombs. So when you're on a tiny, narrow little thing anyway,
Adding bombs to it.
Adding
and,
bombs to
and
it is
death
really-
on the other side. Yeah.
really kind of
wow.
unfair.
Well.
Oh,
so that
I
was
think you
an
have to hit
electric
the blue
shot.
thing then.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you have to aim for the blue thing there.
somebody shooting you.
Do I?
You have to pick them up. You said pick them up.
Yeah, I think he's gotten... I'm not sure if that picture on his thing is a ship or a missile. Probably firing. Okay, then yeah, I don't think you have it. It was, I want to say circle. Or one of the triggers. Yeah, the blue flips you over, and now you're doing the inside of the pipe instead of the outside.
No, so close.
That's really tough to line up, by the way.
I was going to say, that's got to be a tough...
Because, well, yeah, the issue is gravity keeps changing with the direction of the pipe. There you go, you're on the green side. There, that little red, that's the targeting, what's it? So usually if you see that, hey!
Nice.
Suck it, Duke. Oh, there you go. See, that's another gun. Ooh, nice. Dude, that is brutal. You're like on an itty bitty, you can't even see anything anyway. So the spark's there to represent gravity. You know that you're going to be falling in the direction of the spark.
So I think this game is really cool. The whole
Ooh, 6.
nice work.
Well,
6.
I made it all the way through.
You did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I like this tube concept. I think kind of brings something neat to the mix here.
It really does. It's a cool concept. It would be nice if the difficulty curved out a little bit smoother. The fact that, like, level 1 is smooth sailing, you're going to come in first with your eyes closed, and then level 2 is just, you're going to lose every time. I feel like they could have balanced that a bit better. There's a level 3
But you still don't know for sure if you were just, at that point, getting exhausted from trying, too.
Well, Jonks, you know.
Well,
what do you think, Jonk?
No, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like kind of reminds me of like F-Zero and stuff too.
Okay,
where
yeah.
It's just like really fast, and you have to like.
Yeah, I feel like this is sort of the it's not Wipeout, but it's up there. If you like that type of game, you're probably going to enjoy this.
Definitely. And since the studio that did Wipeout is no longer doing Wipeout for us, you know, it's we'll take what we can get, I guess. In the absence of more F-Zero, you know, hey.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So what do you think, John? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I don't know. It depends on how long this game is. Because it seems like there's only, what, 18 levels?
You are correct. There's not a lot of single-player content. On the other hand, I don't know how the heck you're supposed to get to 3, and according to the trophy frequencies, like, no one gets past 2, or very few people get past 2. I think it takes a whole lot of practice and effort to make any headway at this point.
Yeah, I'll give it. If you like this kind of thing, this is probably
right up your alley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. I think I like the concept of the tube racing. I think that's a neat sort of a idea.
Yeah, a neat spin on it, right? Yeah, spin, radial spin. But yeah, it's also a great one for VR. If you've got the VR gear and you're looking for something of a racing game, you know, there's VR modes in some of the racers, but this one's definitely one that was designed around VR, and it shows.
Well, that's good. That's good, yeah. Not having done the VR portion of this, I would bet that I would think that the immersive portion would be really nice.
Yes, they do an excellent job with it. It definitely sucks you right in.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.
Bye.